I've got an art hack for you today, and if you've been looking for a dinky little watercolour travel set, then I have a palette plus a palette hack that I'm pretty excited to share with you. So I've been looking for a small watercolour palette that was good for travelling with, and up until now I've been using this set, and I have got some of my favourite colours in it. They're stuck to the bottom of this tin with sticky dots. I mean, you can fit a good amount of colours in this set if you were to organise it a bit better than I have, and it kind of works. The good thing about this is that it fits into my pencil case, which is great, and it will also fit into a pocket or my handbag. So, you'd kind of think it was pretty perfect, a perfect little kit. But, well, if I open it up, you can see that there's not an awful lot of mixing space in this kit, and, you can use the lid, but hey, it's not ideal at all. But then I found this. Ooh, look how dinky this is. Not that dissimilar in size to my travel tin, but with way more palette space. So this set is from Winsor & Newton, and I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. I'm just kind of excited with my new find. The set comes with 8 of the Winsor & Newton Cotman range of watercolours, which is their student level watercolour paints. So the paint comes in a tray. Inside the tray you also get a kind of frame that actually holds the pans, and they kind of hold 4 pans in each little frame. And also in the lid of this you get one of their cute little travel brushes which just slides out, and it's one of the ones that they're retractable, is that the right word? And you can take off the lid and put the lid on the end, and then you've got an almost but not quite full length brush. It's cute, and I'll test that out later for you so you can see how that works. Okay, so let's open this thing, once I get it the right way around to open it. So this is it, and that little paint tray just clicks into the palette, and it's pretty firmly clicking in there, so it shouldn't really bump around when you travel, hopefully. And that's it. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty cool if you are looking for something super small to art with when you're out and about. And open it up and you have space for mixing, but not just that space, because you can always pop that tray out again, and it either clicks onto the bottom part of the palette, which gives you some space for mixing, but if you wanted to, you could also just rest it next to the palette, so you have a lot more space for mixing. I kind of think that's pretty neat. But art nerds, I think I can hack this palette to make it even neater, so let's see if it works. Right, so we're going to need that packaging back again, or you could use some other packaging plastic that you've got to hand. First, I just want to get the inside tray size, so I'm just going to make a little paper template from some spare paper, and it's really simple as you can see, so just drawing around it. And once I'm happy with the size of my template, I will use it to cut a panel from the packaging. Of course, you only really want to cut this up if you're very sure that you don't want to return the palette. But I'm pretty much in love with this, so I'm just going to hack away. I'm going to cut my corners so that they're round, as the pointy corners are quite sharp on this type of plastic. And once you've got it cut out, just test it in your tray and trim it as you need to. You kind of want it to fit snugly, but not so snugly that you can't get it out again. Now go ahead and use the paints that came with the palette. I mean, that's kind of what it's there for, isn't it? But I'm actually going to use the paints that I had in my other palette, because these are my favourites. And these are the colours that I find myself using quite a lot. And when you choose your palette, think about what you need when you're out and about, what kind of colours you're going to use. And you can mix and match and test different colours out to get to your perfect palette. I think it's one of these things that sort of evolves as you do. And look at that. I fitted in 2 more half pans than came in the original set. Oh yeah. So the next stage to this, once you've kind of got them in the order that you want them in and positioned where you kind of want them, then I'm going to stick my pans to that piece of plastic with some sticky dots. And I'm using repositional dots, but I might swap them out for permanent dots if the repositionals don't work. I mean, they worked fine on that tin surface in my other palette. So we'll just have to see how they fare on this plastic panel. And once I've got all of the pans stuck down, I just give them a little bit of a press, and then I'll take the whole thing out and press it again on the table surface, just to be sure. All okay so far. Right, will the tray with the extra paint fit back in that palette? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Moment of truth. So you do need to be careful of that lid. There's kind of a little wall in the lid at the hinge, and you need the space in that bottom part for that to close. But if I turn my palette around, I have the space. So it fits, it's fine, it works. But do bear that in mind when you set up your palettes. And you could also put a couple of extra dots underneath the panel of plastic to stick it into the tray. I haven't actually done that. I might do it if it becomes a bit of annoyance, but so far it's doing okay. Okay, let's give it a test run, see it in action. I thought I'd paint my coffee mug for you guys. It's got a really nice pattern on it, so I thought that would come across quite nicely. So let's see how it works. So you know I mentioned Patreon in my last video? Well, I went ahead and set up my page, and it's up and running, and I've been adding posts, and I'm going to be building it up daily. So do come over and take a look. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear what you would like from an art subscription service. I mean, that's kind of what Patreon is, isn't it? I mean, you help support these videos here on YouTube, but you also get some extra art goodies that are just for you as patrons. And I have some exciting things planned for my patrons, and I will be doing a video all about it soon. But I would really love to hear your thoughts on it and get some input from you as well. Because, you know, I want to build something that you're going to find useful and will want to join in and be a part of. So the link to my page is in the description, so go take a look and let me know what you think. I would love to hear. So I don't know if you can tell that I'm kind of struggling a little bit with this brush, but I'll tell you why. The very tip of it's got a little weird hook, so I think I'm going to need to trim it down just slightly. So I didn't do that here. I will probably try and do that later and give the brush another test. But otherwise, I am loving this palette. I think this is going to be a big use palette in my kit now. Okay, so I had lots of fun drawing that for you and painting it. I hope you enjoyed it too. Enjoy hacking your palette and shout if you have any questions at all. If you're looking for some more inspiration, then here are some videos for you. Happy creating, guys. Have fun, and I will see you again soon in our next arty catch-up.